Welcome to Tent Talk, the podcast with Nancy McCready, where we talk about life under the big tent of God's presence and the provoking process of discipleship. Here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tent Talk. This is Nancy McCready. What? Have you heard yourself saying this lately? Maybe so. That means you are looking into truth like never before. Lean into Holy Spirit today and let Him be the one who leads you into all truth. What? Have you heard this word so many times in our lives, and yet if you put just this little bit of accent on it, this little bit of emphasis on it, people look and they're like, what? Like, can you believe that? You know what? I did not know that. That is just amazing. So I realized that in my last two episodes, basically I'm talking about Holy Spirit, that He has this warlike energy and this ability to administer and to execute the life and will of God inside of you. Let Him hover and brood over you. And then I talked about what's such a simple thing, which is to let Him bring the love of God to you. And so I realized I just need to keep talking about Holy Spirit. And what? When He begins to bring truth to you, my friends, there is nothing quite like a truth encounter with Holy Spirit. Let me tell you something about Holy Spirit. He remembers everything you've been trying to forget your whole entire life. Things that we could not cope with, things that were overwhelming, things that were so painful, we didn't want to face them. And so we have tried to forget. I'm trying to forget these things. And yet, deep underneath, they are controlling your life today. Because it's not that we just forget these things, it's that we allow Holy Spirit to bring the finished work of Jesus to those things. It's like I'm taking the fight to the enemy. I'm not hiding from the enemy. I'm not in a corner somewhere trying to make sure I never have to look at these things. There comes a moment when you decide, I really want to live. So Holy Spirit, lead me into truth. And this is one of the things that Jesus said about His friend, capital F. Remember, everything in our faith is a who, is a person, because He says, I am going to send this one to you so that you can know Him, that you can know the friend, that you can know this one who has been sent by the Father and from the Father. It is Holy Spirit whom the Father will send in my name, Jesus said, in my place to represent me and act on my behalf. He will teach you all things, and He will cause you, not force, not control, but cause you to recall everything that I have told you. This is the one He speaks of in John 14. He goes on now. Remember, between John 14 and John 16 is the abiding of John 15. All right. But He goes into John 16 and He says, now look, I'm telling you nothing but the truth when I tell you it's good for you. It's profitable to your advantage for me to go away. Because if I don't go away, the Comforter, the Intercessor, the Counselor, the Strengthener, He will not come to you in close fellowship with you. But if I go away, Jesus says, I will send Him to you to be in close fellowship with you. Oh, John 16:8. And when He comes, He will convict and convince the world and bring demonstration to it about sin and about righteousness and about judgment and about sin. And because they don't believe in me, you see, Jesus is coming to those who don't believe in Him by the Spirit, but He's coming to those who have believed in Him. He is sending the Holy Spirit, and Holy Spirit then will do everything for you. Verse 13, but when He, the Spirit of truth, the truth-giving Spirit comes, He will guide you into all the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. He won't even speak his own message, but he will tell whatever he hears from the Father. He will give that message that has been given to him, and he will announce it and declare to you the things that are to come in the future. My friends, he will tell you the truth about the past, about the present, about the future.
For more information on Nancy, please visit nancymccready.com or follow her on social media at NBMcCready.
Oh, we need this Spirit of truth. We need Holy Spirit to come. When we cannot figure out everything, He is our interpreter. He is our translator. He is the one when we say, what? What is going on? What has been happening? What is happening inside of me? Why am I so anxious, so panicked? Why does the very thought of these particular things put me in a spin? Well, if you really want to know, you can know. If you really want to know something, then go to the Spirit of Truth. He lives inside of you. He's been sent by the Father. And there are certain moments, certain times and seasons, certain sets of days, in certain sets of circumstances, when, my friends, it is time to fellowship in the light. And Holy Spirit says, it is time. Let me show you these things. And then, my friends, listen to me carefully. Stay ever so close, because this is when you will know Him as the God of all comfort. Do not try to face things on your own. Do not just try to face them with a counselor, a therapist, a this or that, a mentor, anything. It is now lean into Him and say, Holy Spirit, if it is time for me to know these certain things, then bring them now to the surface. You see, don't go out on a witch hunt, my friends, by yourself. Listen to me carefully. Don't go digging up things if Holy Spirit isn't revealing them. You can ask Him if there is something hidden that needs to be seen, then He can bring it forth. Because if He brings it out, my friends, there is going to be great comfort for that truth that you're about to face, maybe that you've been avoiding all your life. Now is the time. Turn to Him. And you may say, what? I never knew this. I never understood this. So blow off the familiar and let Him bring the fresh, the fresh truth of Holy Spirit, so that you can face everything, because it is true that the truth will set you free. Truth is a person. Your comfort is a person. Let them tend it to you today. So let's face truth so we can step into the greatest depths of freedom and liberty that are ours today. But that has to come as you lean into Holy Spirit, because not only will He tell you the truth, but He will comfort you in that truth, and then He will walk you beyond that truth and into Himself to new depths. So let this encourage you today. All right? Love you all. Bye.
If you'd like information on how to book Nancy McCready for an event or speaking engagement, visit nancymccready.com.